kicking off its 16 days of activism against gender-based violence in this country. The SABC calls upon men of honour to take a stand and to say no to violence against women and children. From our Polokwane Newsroom today, we are joined by SABC Group Communications, Kaizer Kganyago. Good morning, Kaizer. Nice to speak to you on this Monday.
Good morning, Eben, and good morning to your viewers.
Just tell us, why is the SABC so passionate about this campaign?
The SABC is passionate about the campaign because we are the public service broadcaster, and it is in our interest to make sure that we use our facilities to make this awareness clear to the people of South Africa, because it is important that all the people understand that this is a campaign that is close to everybody's heart, and make sure that they then fight vigilantly together with us to say we are saying no to violence against women and children, because this is what is making us look like we are animals. Because when we do this to our children, we wake up almost every day with news that says the child has been murdered, the child has been raped, women have been beaten up, and that for us makes it an important fact that we need to show out to the people out there and make sure that the people understand.
How is the SABC going to bring this campaign home to South Africans over the next couple of weeks?
As SABC, we going to obviously use all our 18 radio stations and our 4 television channels now with the 24-hour news, and to make sure that we program in such a way that we then highlight all the issues. People must understand that the 16 days of activism is not only about the violence on women and children, but it also deals with issues of disability, issues of HIV, AIDS, and so on. Therefore, our programming in all the radio stations will deal with those issues. But also as the SABC, the men at the SABC will be launching a campaign that says, not in our name, and to make sure that we say to the people out there who are doing all these wrong things that this is not, you mustn't do that in our name, because if you are a real man, you will not be doing all of those things. And then in as far as the issues around HIV AIDS, the leadership at the SABC will be doing public testing on the 1st of December to make sure that the people out there go out and do the testing, because we've always said that when we test, you'll be able to know in time and be able to deal with these issues. We'll also go out of our way to do some brandings on buildings, on our own buildings, to raise awareness, make sure that our people participate. On the 3rd of December, for example, which is a Disability Day, we'll be in a position where we'll have games in order to go out there and support disabled people. You would know, Eben, that as the SABC, to show that we care about disability and the people living with people who are disabled, we have got a deputy chairperson of the SABC board who is blind, and that is an indication that being blind or doesn't necessarily mean you don't have vision, and that is what we are trying to promote.
There's also, can you tell us a little bit more about the plans for World AIDS Day on the 1st that falls within this time, and then also maybe, World Human Rights Day on the 10th when the campaign ends?
Yes, we as we have indicated, Eben, we will be broadcasting the main event of the World AIDS Day and the last event of the closing event on the 10th of December as the SABC, to make sure that we highlight. And that we will do in all our radio stations with all our television channels. And you would know that the president, the deputy president, will be the focal point, on the issues around the HIV/AIDS, and that we will be broadcasting. And then we will be, the main message on that day will be encouraging people to go and test. Because if they go and test, we'll then be able to deal with this issue. That is the message that will be showing up. And then at the end of this campaign, we wanted to then say to the people, because you'll remember when this campaign ends on the 10th of December, which is Human Rights Day, we will be able to then, that is International Human Rights Day, so that people are not confused. We'll be then handing over to the Arrive Alive campaign on that particular day. And these are the things that we'll be showcasing on our platforms on that day.
So this is all to make sure that we have a pleasant and festive season over the next couple of weeks. I wanted to then conclude by asking you the key focus, and maybe tell us a little bit about the Men of Honor campaign that the SABC is involved in.
We are basically saying as the SABC that we want to support an initiative of Men of Honor to make sure that we are, as men of the SABC and the men out there, say we are honorable people, we are taking it upon ourselves to say no to violence against women and children, and we'll go out there and make sure that we raise awareness in the communities. All our regional offices will go out there and do this campaign to make sure that we are saying, not in our name. This will not happen in our name, and we'll go out there and say we are the men of honor, we'll protect the women, we'll protect the children, and make sure that the South African people have a prosperous time going forward, especially leading to these festive seasons. We know that during the festive season, that is when a lot of people get involved in alcoholic beverages and so on, and that's where abuse tends to go up. And we are saying to them, not in our name, let us fight. And we are saying to the people of South Africa, when you see a man beating up a woman in the public space, intervene and make sure that you do something about it.
Yeah. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. It's a campaign very close to the heart of the national broadcaster, and also Mr. Kaizer Kganyago, who is the Group Communications Executive here at the SABC, tells us that this will not happen in our name. And yes, the threat of violence against women and children is very real every day in South Africa. Right now, the mother of an